So let's look at the first problem. Let me get the lights. Okay. So what does it say? It says on a large wall map, like these ones you see in geography department and so on, downstairs, for example, with Mr. Venden, we have the following distances. Orlando in the States, Orlando is 178 kilometers, sorry, centimeters. It's on a map, centimeters. What does due south mean? What does due south mean? Like when you say that Orlando is due south of Niagara Falls. Yes, so if you're at Orlando and you move south, you go to Niagara Falls. Okay, so it's 178 centimeters going straight down. Denver is somewhere on the map, but we know it's 273 centimeters from Orlando, and Denver is 235 centimeters from Niagara Falls. So find the angle at Niagara Falls, round your answer to the nearest degree. Okay, so we need to sketch a diagram. Okay, a triangle, I mean. So a triangle has three sides. Obviously, we can't sketch it randomly because we know that Orlando and Niagara Falls are south and north of each other. So I'm going to go like this. Everyone, here is the first leg. So from here to here. Haley, which one should be above, Orlando or Niagara Falls? Yes, because they're saying, oh, actually, no. So Orlando is south of Niagara Falls, which means Niagara Falls is here and Orlando is here. Okay, but we can't just write Orlando, or we could, but we need short names. So what letter should stand for Orlando? O. Bear in mind, it might look like a what? Like a zero. So just, watch out. What about Niagara Falls? N. No need for NF, just N. And Denver is what? Okay, perfect. So everyone, we are going to say that Orlando is south of Niagara Falls. So this is Orlando right here. Capital O, which means here is N. Okay, now where is Denver? Well, Denver has to be on this side. Are those two numbers really far off from each other? What do you think? Well, one is bigger, we know, but are they far off from each other? No, 273, 235, not really. So even if you make them look like each other, that's fine. It's a rough diagram. But let's see if we can make one of them definitely longer. Which one is longer? Denver to Orlando. So from here to here. So everyone, I'm going to try to put it not exactly in the middle, but a little bit above. So let me try this. Don't sketch it yet. Yeah, I think this. Yep, perfect. Okay. We said Denver is D, so capital D. And let me actually move it a little bit. That's good. Perfect. Okay, capital D. Okay, let's put some numbers. How far is this distance? This one. Niagara Falls to Orlando. How far? 178 centimeters. So we just write 178. So go ahead, 178. Okay. Denver and Orlando. So from here to here, this one, we can say it is 273, which means this one is definitely the 235. Okay, which angle is the question asking us to find? Like at which corner? Well, they're saying find the angle at what? Which one is what? Right here. So everyone, we're going to, I don't care, you can circle this or even label it like the questions yesterday did. So kind of like this. This is the angle we want to find. Okay? All right. So let's name the sides because the corners have been named already. So I guess this one would be small n. And this one would be, okay, that's got to be a small o, so just a small circle like this. And this one will be small d. Okay. Now, which angle are we trying to find? Capital N. So what kind of a cosine law am I going to have to write? Remember, if you're going to find an angle, you have to write the cosine law that starts with the what? With the same letter for the angle, but capital or small? Yep. Remember, cosine law always starts with what? It's all small until the very what? until the end, because then it's cosine of the what? Of the angle in capital. But all of the rest of the letters are what? All of the rest of the letters are what? Small. So how do we start? Because raise your hand if you'd like to tell me what what's the equation. Come on. Okay, so Faisal is going to take care of this. Give me 1 second. View grid. No, sorry, my bad. Where's the grid? Okay, Faisal, go ahead. Okay, 1 second. N squared equals, sure, O squared plus D squared minus 2 O times D cosine, capital N or small n? The very last one is capital. Perfect. Nice. Very good, my friend. Okay, which ones do we know here? We know all of them except for what? Which n do we not know? The capital N. Great. So I'm going to put check marks here. Oops, sorry. Okay. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, question mark. Okay. Plug in the numbers. Okay. N is how much? 273. Okay. What's O? Oops. O is what? O is 235 squared. Sorry, O is 235, but we have to square it. I might not have enough space here, so I might have to go on another line, but that's fine. What's the other one? 178. Did I make a mistake? Yes. This should be what? Thank you. Minus. Okay, everyone, I don't have enough space here. I don't think so. So I'm going to actually go to the next line like this. Look, like this. I apologize for that. Okay, not too bad. Okay. What was my next step from yesterday? Because remember, we are doing what we did yesterday, but for a word problem. I need to clean up those numbers. Okay, gotta pull up the machine. We're gonna have a lot of big numbers. Look at them, 273 squared. So 273 squared. 74,529. Yep. So 74,000. How much? 529 equals. What's 235 squared? I don't know. 55225. 55225 plus which one's the other one? Oh, 178. Is it 178 or 173? 178. 178 squared. 31684. 31684. Okay. On to the next level. Minus. Okay, at least I can do those three in one shot. So we do 2 times 235 times 178. 83660. 83660 with what next to it? Cosine n. Thank you. Cosine n. Okay, let me just remove this one. Okay, what would be my next step? I could move it, but could I do something to simplify my life first? Yes, I could clean up those two numbers. Yeah. By the way, can you move the 83660 cosine n now? Yes, you can. But you know what? Let's clean up those first two numbers. The moving is going to happen either now or later, so just take your time with it. 74, 529 equals. All right. What's the deal with this? 55. 225 plus 316 what? 84. Okay, 86909. 86909 minus 83660 with the cosine. Now what do I do? Come on, people. How did we do this yesterday? Yes. Do I move one thing or two things? Two things. You have to move the negative 83660 cosine n to the left side, becoming positive, and you move the 74529 to the other side, becoming negative. So we get this. We get 83660 cosine n equals what? Oh, 86909 subtract 74529. Okay. I guess the rest is just standard. So this becomes 83. I mean, so not becomes, stays the same. Cosine n equals. Okay, let's subtract this one. I can do this one. 9 minus 9 gives me 0. Just doing what we learned in grade school. 90 minus 52 is 38. Okay. And 86 minus 74 is 12. All right. What do I do next? Hmm. Only 2 steps left. What's the first step? Come on, people. So do we do the cosine inverse? Or do we do something first? We do something. We need to clean up. Exactly. What do? We move it to the other side, but we just divide it by that side. Okay. So that means almost 2 steps left. So cosine n equals this guy divided by this guy. Well, that's a 4-digit decimal as we're used to it. Where is it? 12380 divided by 83660. What do we have here? 147. Oh, there's a problem here. We have to round up, but we have a what? We have a 9. So whenever you have a 9 to round up, what do you always do? You can't just round a 9 to a 10. There's no such thing as a single digit 10. So what do you always do, Amr? Exactly. It's like you're rounding the 79 up to what? 80 or 80. Thank you. Perfect. So we are going to do 1480. 1480. So 1480. And now what's my final step? What do I actually do? Say again? Cosine. Cosine with a -1 or inverse cosine. All right. So n equals, finally, n equals cosine inverse of this guy. Okay, how much is it? I have no idea. Mm, 0.1480 trig second. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What's the rounding situation? Nearest degree, which means what? No what? No decimals. So what would that? Is that closer to 81 or 82? 81. It did not cross the half. It's still 0.4, so it's 81 degrees. So what does that mean? The angle on top, everyone, this angle, look, this angle right here is roughly how much? 81 degrees. Does it look like 81 degrees? I don't know. Maybe my diagram is decent. I tried to make this one longer than both this one and this one, but I also made this one longer than just this one. So this kind of looks like a 90. No, it looks like an 80-ish. Again, looks decent, but don't take diagrams 100% for granted. Okay? Okay, so that's a standard problem on being given three sides and having to find one single angle. By the way, question for you. How many angles do I still not know? How many angles do I still have no idea what they are? Good morning. Yes, hello? Hello, looking for attendance. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you. No problem. How many angles do I still don't know? Two. Okay. Can I use the cosine law again to find one of them? Can I? I could. But since now we have how many sides and how many angles? We know one angle now. What always becomes easier to use? Cosine or sine law? Whenever you have three sides and what? One angle. Do you know now that you're going to have a fully known fraction? Of course, because it's sine A over A, sine B over B, sine C over C. You have exactly. You have the three sides, and now you have what? One of the angles known. So you're going to have a what? A fully known side, and you can do what? Sorry, a fully known fraction. You can do what? Cross multiply. So once you have a choice between sine law and cosine law, which one do you always use? Unless the question explicitly says use what? Cosine law. I will never do that to you. Okay? I will present you with a problem, and you decide. Sometimes you're stuck with one. Sometimes you have a choice. Okay, awesome. So let's look at the second problem. The second problem is much more interesting than this. Okay, everyone, pencils down. Let's just think about this. Okay, eyes on me. So two ships start sailing or moving in the ocean or in the sea from the same port. So do they start from the same spot? Yes, they do. Okay. Now, ship A is sailing at what? Can someone read that number? 12 kilometers. What do you describe when you say kilometers per hour? When you say that there's a car outside moving or driving at 50 kilometers per hour, what are you describing? Speed. Are you describing the distance or the speed when you say kilometers per hour? Everyone, kilometers per hour measures only what? Speed, like how fast. So ship A is sailing at what speed? 12 kilometers per hour. Ship B is sailing at what speed? So one of them is definitely what? Faster than the other. So far, so good, right? After how many hours? 3 hours. So everyone, look. Everyone, eyes on me. Ship A, ship B. Okay? By the way, if they were sailing, everyone, if they were sailing perfectly together, but one of them is what? Faster. After 3 hours, would they be both at the same spot or one of them would be further? One of them would be further, okay? But would they have any angle between them or would just one of them be just ahead of the other? One of them would be ahead of the other. It's telling you that after 3 hours, the ships are what? 24 kilometers apart. So the question is asking what? Find the what? Angle between the what? Which means, are they going together or is there an angle between them? There's an angle between them. Okay, so everyone, look, eyes on me. So is this correct? Look. Is this the correct motion of both of them? Why do you think this is incorrect? Because apparently the way I'm doing it right now is I'm making both of them go at the same what? Same speed. But one of them is what? Which means one of them has to move what? Faster or move what? Further distance than the other, right? So probably something like this. Is that making sense? Okay. What's the question asking for? The angle here. Okay. So do we have a triangle to sketch? Yes, we do. But what do you have here? Is this distance or speed? What do you have here? What's 3 hours? 3 hours just measures what? What do you measure using hours or seconds or days or minutes? Time. Does anyone know here? Does anyone here know how to find distance if I give you speed and time? If I told you Patrick has been moving at 12 kilometers per hour for 3 hours, how far is he from us now? Like, let's say Patrick starts walking for 3 hours time, and he is going 12 kilometers per hour is running speed, actually. 12 kilometers per hour. And he's 3 hours done with time. How far away from the school is he? How would you know how far away he is? So what do? Multiply what? 12 by 3. Why? Because he did 12 kilometers the first what? In the first hour, he did how much? 12. In the second hour, he also did what? 12. In the third hour, he also did what? So it's 12 plus 12 plus 12. What's 12 plus 12 plus 12? It's 12 times what? Times 3. So whenever you want distance, you always multiply what by what? By the way, I'm teaching physics. So if you ever take physics, this is one of the easiest things you can learn in physics. Whenever you want distance, what do you multiply by what? You multiply what? Speed by time. That's it. So the biggest mistake that people do is this. Again, everyone, don't copy this. The biggest mistake that people will do is they will sketch the diagram this way. They will say, okay, here is the port. Again, don't sketch this. Here's the port. Let's call it what? Capital P. There, let's say, what do you call it? Ship A is going to the right. Ship B is going to the what? And this is the distance between them. This is what they're going to put. 24, 12, 10. Is that correct? That's not correct. Haley, why is that not correct? Why are those numbers not all the same? Yes, the 24 is 24 what? Kilometers. But the 12 and the 10 are 12 and 10 what? Kilometers per what? Do you see the difference here? They put speeds and distances on the same triangle. You can't do that. Either you put them all what? Either you put them all what? Speeds, or you put them all what? Distances. Do you see my point here? So how am I going to change this? Instead of 12, I'm going to write what? 12 times what? Now we're good, right? By the way, does anyone know what's 12 times 3? So that means what? Ship A is going to be 36 kilometers away this way. How about this one? What's 10 times 3? 30. And then, depending on the angle, they're going to be how far apart? 24 kilometers. Perfect. So let's actually what? Does this seem like a good triangle? I guess so. Go ahead. Let's sketch this triangle. By the way, do we have any idea now how big this angle is? Do we have any idea right now how big this angle is? No, not right now. We're actually trying to find it. Okay. So so I want you to actually add units just to make sure that you understand all the like the whole story I just said. Uh, wait, sir. Hold on. Let me save and come back to it. Not responding for some reason. All right. It's got work now. Okay. There we go. So we are going to. Now it works. Yes. Okay. So let's change the diagram slightly to make it 100% correct. Okay. So this 24 is gonna be 24 what? 24 kilometers. This 12 is gonna be what? Kilometers per hour times 3 what? Times 3 what? Hours. So how much distance is here? 36 what? Just what? Distance is only in kilometers, everyone. Distance is only in kilometers. Okay? Same thing here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Okay. Give me 1 second to clean it up. So 10 kilometers per hour times, is it still the same time? Did they both move for the same amount of time? Yeah, both of them have the same stopwatch. So 3 hours equals how much? 30 what? 30 kilometers per hour or just 30 kilometers? 30 kilometers only. Perfect. And what's the question asking us for? This angle, or this angle? What are they asking? They're asking between the paths. So right here, at what angle do they start moving away from each other? Okay. Okay. Which one is this shape? Is this A or B? Which one's moving faster? Which will mean it will move further? A. So everyone, this is the path for A. So I guess we can just put A here. Go ahead, A. This is the path for B. So this is where B will end up. Great. So we have A, B, and P stands for port. Okay. So this will be the angle that we're trying to find. Okay. Let's name the sides. Well, I guess this will be small p. Make sure it looks like a small p. This will be small b right here. And this will be the opposite to A will be small a. Nice. Okay. Is this kind of like the question we just finished? Yeah. 3 sides known, 1 angle to be found. Okay. But at least the numbers are much smaller this time. Thank heaven. Okay. I need someone to tell me what the law will be. I want to find angle capital P. Hamza. P squared. Yes, you never start with the angle. You all start with the side squared. So go ahead, everyone. P squared. Keep going, Hamza. Equals, yes, A squared. Sure. Okay. Got the Pythagorean part done. Hmm. Do you square anymore, or are you done with the squares? Are done with the squares. So I just put what? A, then B, then what P? Capital P. Nice. All right, let's fill in the numbers. What's P? No, no. As okay, unknown as an angle, but as a length we know it, right? So it's 24 squared. Yep. So 24 squared. By the way, if you do not know this, Rhoda, if you do not know this or that, can you solve this problem? No, because you have how many question marks? You can never solve a single equation with how many question marks? You only have a maximum of what? One thing you don't know to solve for it. You can never solve two things that you don't know. So 24 squared equals, how long is A? Oh, good, that's 10. We know all of these numbers. They're small enough. Plus, I guess that was, no, not 10. See, I made the mistake now. 10 as a speed. It's not 10. It's how much? Yes, my bad. Sorry. Even though I did the calculation right here, I completely forgot and just looked at this one. So we need 30. They're distances. Well, that was a close one. All right. So 30 squared plus what? 36 squared minus 2, 30, 36, and the unknown part. So in red, I guess, cosine of t. Okay, let's get some numbers done. What's 24 squared? Well, I know this one. It's 576. 576. What's 30 squared? That's an easy one. It's 9 with 2 zeros. Yep. 900 plus. What's 36 squared? It is 35 squared is 12. 296. Yep. 1296. Okay. Minus, let's do this. Triple product. So 2 times 36 times, so there's a 0 here. So 2 times 30 times 36. 2160 in, sorry, with cosine of t. Okay, let's clean up. We have enough space, I believe. Okay, 576 equal. What's 900 plus 12,096? 1296. Well, that will be 2,196 minus 2,160 and cosine. Okay, move as we just did. So move this guy, move this guy. So 2160 cosine of t equals 2196 minus 570. So 2160 cosine of t. How much is that? Well, I can do it with 6 minus 6 will give me a 0. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 21 minus 5 is 16. Okay? Yeah. 6 minus 6, 9 minus 7 is 2. 21 minus 5 is 16. Yeah. Okay, what do? I divide. How much? I don't know. What is it? Well, 60 divided by 2160. Oh, interesting. What's that number? 5833. All threes, so nothing is going around. 5833. Oh, I did? Oh, did I make a mistake? Oh, instead of 1620, I did what? My bad. Thank you. Perfect. 1620 divided by 2160. Okay, much easier. Much nicer too. So finally, your answer is what? P equals cosine inverse of this guy. All right. How much is that? Let's see. Is that closer to 41 or 42? Yeah, it did not cross the half, so it's closer to 41. Okay, everyone, before I finish for the day, so this is 41, right? What do you think of my diagram? Is it good or really bad? Does that look like 41 degrees? Look at that black, like angle shaded with black. Does that look like 41 degrees? No, it actually looks like almost like what? 90 degrees. So what does that mean? Did they actually go, like when they start saying, did they go like this, open from each other, or were they actually closer? They were actually closer. Yes, they did not go at such a huge such a huge difference. They actually probably went, maybe, instead of this, maybe they went like that. But again, do I have an issue with my diagram? Not really, because what matters more, diagram or numbers? Numbers. Diagram, just something to give you an idea. Okay? And that's it for today. That's all there is to it.